The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Conor Commentary, a hilarious take on news, politics, sports, and current events. It's time to buckle up. Here's Conor.
All right, guys, we are back, and it is it's getting pretty close to week 50 because we're 2 weeks away from the 1 year anniversary. I'm waving to Dave, the owner. He sees me.
Doesn't that make this week 50?
That would make it week 50, but I missed 3 weeks, right?
Oh, that's true.
So when you subtract that, that would make it 46, 47, right?
Sure, why not? Let's go with that.
Sure, let's go with that. Week 47. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Ben. And Ben's been here for 6 months of it now. We just figured that out right before when we were thinking about it.
We did the math.
Yep, Ed left in February. You started in February, and now we're in August. What do you guys want? Type it in. Let us know wherever you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're at. What do you want to see for the 1 year anniversary? I had Tom. What's up, Tom, you bird? Tom Robinson on LinkedIn said he wants to see Ed back. I don't know if that was a slight to you or if he just wants to see Ed again.
I don't care either way.
You don't care either way? No, you have nothing.
I don't care what he wants.
You're on enough shows. How many shows are you on? That you talk on like this. So you're on this one. You have two of your own. You want to plug one of them?
Yeah, we'll plug the Planet Mikey podcast with
Planet
my good
Mikey
friend
podcast.
Mikey Adams.
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah, he was the night guy at WEEI for many years.
Oh, okay.
I was the afternoon drive guy at the Pike.
Oh, nice.
And do a show with him every week. Except for this week because his basement flooded.
Oh. So not this week, but usually every week.
Typically every week, you can find award-winning episodes like The Art of the Fart.
Nice.
That was an episode we did.
What was that about?
It was all about farting.
Really?
Celebrity farts.
Is that different than normal ones? Celebrities?
Well, yeah, it's usually caught on air.
Oh, like that.
Like that despicable human being, Nancy Grace.
Who is she?
She's a despicable human being.
Is she the ice figure skater?
No, that's Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan, okay. Nancy Grace is different?
Nancy Grace is some talking head on some network.
Is she on The View?
Nope.
No.
Nope. She has her own show. I don't know, MSNBC, something like
she's
that.
on one of those.
Yeah, True TV or something. I don't know. I don't care. But she's a terrible person.
Okay, touche.
I think she was on Dancing with the Stars, and she was doing
So is she washed up? So I feel like washed up celebrities go on Dancing with the Stars.
I mean, she's kind of a never was, really.
Touche.
You know what I mean? And so she's doing her, basically post-game interview that they would do on that show.
Yeah.
I never watched the show, but...
Me neither. I know Jerry Rice won it once, though, I think.
And I think Emmitt Smith won it
Did
another time.
Yeah, so it's like people who've been out of the NFL for 10 years.
Yeah,
so looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens is going to go on if he hasn't already.
He probably already has.
Right.
And so she's talking, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was really fun to dance. It was fantastic.
Was it real?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Some of those things, you see all these things on TMZ, and I'm like, I don't know if they caught them in a situation or if this really happened. And there's only a few ways to know.
Those TMZ people are the weirdest, man. I've dealt with them in the past.
Have you?
Yes.
Where would you see them? When you did stuff
Super Bowl week.
Oh, yeah.
So they send a legion of TMZ people out to Super Bowl week to not go to the parties because no one would let them in, but to stand outside the parties. And
right.
I remember years ago we were in Indianapolis for the Super Bowl, the second one against the Giants, Patriots against the Giants.
Yeah.
And I left this club. It was Cam Newton's party. I was there for a while.
How coincidental.
And I know. And I ended up leaving because it was really not very fun at all. It was roped off celebrities and then a bunch of jack-offs.
Yeah.
Like myself,
yes.
Just on the outside, just wasting money on
booze. Looking at the celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I go outside. I'm going to have a cigarette. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, these TMZ guys come up to me because they see me coming out of the party.
Right.
And so they're like, is this guy there?
Do you get money if you give him information?
I didn't give him shit.
Oh.
Fuck them.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if they need it that bad that they'll pay you to talk.
If he pulled out a 20 spot in that moment, I'd have been like, yes, Robert Griffin III is there.
Yeah.
That wasn't who it was. I'm trying to remember who. They
what
were
is he
specifically
wearing?
asking for a certain player, and I don't remember who it was. But
yep.
There's a lot of that nonsense going on. And again, in Houston, a few years later, same thing. I'd be at one of these celebrity parties, which is a couple celebrities, and they're way over there. The rest of you, common folk, hang out over here and keep spending too much money on booze.
Why do they do that? They charge people to get in?
Oh,
or is
yeah.
it like a thing for people to come so the club makes a ton of money and then the club pays them to be there?
Yep.
Is that how it goes?
Pretty much.
So that makes sense, huh? So that's a good side business for them.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, listen, when you have Super Bowl week in your city,
Yep.
yeah, it's big business.
Right.
Big business.
What was your favorite Super Bowl?
My favorite Super Bowl?
Yeah, that you went to.
Well, I never actually went to the games.
Well,
They
that
would
you
never send me
Well, that
to
you
the
covered.
games.
They make you stand outside.
Houston, was that the one? Was that the Falcons one? Was that the?
I think that was in Houston.
I believe that was the Falcons one.
Someone comment in. Someone will know.
I don't remember off the top of my head. It all gets kind of blurred.
I
into
know, it
one
really
big
does. I
mix.
forget where they actually played them.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The most disappointed I ever was the 2011 Super Bowl. I thought they were going to beat the Giants that year.
That was brutal.
That was brutal,
That
man.
was brutal. That was
I
the
don't
one
know
in Indianapolis.
why. I was like convinced that they were going to win the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah,
That was when the offense was unstoppable.
the offense was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. But it was also the same year, and I'll always remember this. That was the year they had Chad Ochocinco on the team.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was just so non-existent. Who would
Exactly.
even remember?
And doing sports radio at the time, I'm taking a million calls from people like, "This has been the long game by Belichick. He's been holding back Chad Johnson
Till the Super
to
Bowl?
the Super Bowl, and he's going to unleash him on the Giants."
Oh, my God.
Yeah, not so much.
Did he even play? Did he catch a pass? Did he do anything? I don't remember him doing anything.
Maybe he caught a pass.
I don't remember him doing anything the
No.
whole entire season, really.
No.
No, that was the year of the Gronk.
Yeah.
And Aaron Hernandez, R.I.P. R.I.P. to everyone involved with that, man.
Really? Rest in peace, Aaron Hernandez?
I don't know.
He can rest in hell for all I care.
Rest in peace to whoever he may or may not have killed.
No. Did kill.
Hey, he was like 1 for 3. Got convicted on 1, acquitted on 2.
Yeah, I think he was a serial killer.
I would agree. Yeah, if he killed that many people, and there were other things out there. He shot that other guy in the eye, and that guy lived. Remember that guy
Yeah.
had like the glass eye?
Yep.
What was it? Alexander Bradley, I think it was.
Wow, good memory.
I think it was. Was that his name?
Yeah,
It was, right?
that's weird that you remember that.
I watched a documentary on it. That
Oh.
guy, his lawyer, man, Jose Baez, is like the most charismatic guy I've ever watched.
yeah.
Ever. It's also the guy who got Casey Anthony acquitted. So if you ever get in trouble, I guess you call that guy. But I remember him
Can
speaking.
I ask you a question?
Yep.
Who cares about Jose Baez?
Yes.
You brought up a name. Casey Anthony.
Yep.
Would you?
Oh, she's hot. You don't think she's hot? I mean, she's probably a baby murderer. Highly-
Probably.
I mean, probably. Like, whoever the 12 people were
I'm
said
gonna
you
say-
said no.
I'm gonna say highly likely.
Highly likely, I would agree. Highly likely.
But I remember when those like partying pictures of her came out, and she's
Yep.
wearing like a devil's outfit for Halloween or something. I'm like,
Right.
I still kind of would.
That was a messed up story, man. They had a lot of like weird things in that case, though. They made it seem like her daughter like drowned in the pool while the dad was supposed to be watching her. I think that's the angle they took,
Really?
and that's how she got acquitted.
Hey man, whatever.
Yeah,
I wasn't on
shit
that
happens.
jury.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't on that.
I don't
didn't
know.
make any
I don't know all the
decisions.
facts. I don't know all the whatever, but I've got my opinion.
Yeah, I've just seen the documentaries. You watch any of that stuff?
Nah,
I like those documentaries.
I don't. With those ones, I don't like so much. It's the ones where you go into it knowing nothing about what happened
Right.
that I actually kind of like.
Touche.
Did you see Unsolved Mysteries? Not the original version from years and years ago, but like
No.
the new Netflix version.
No, is it good?
It's pretty good.
Really?
There's a couple episodes that are like, holy crap, this is crazy.
Right.
What the hell happened? This person just disappeared.
And then they have no like
They have-
recollection of where the person is whatsoever.
I mean, they're likely dead,
Right.
but they just don't know what happened.
Right. And a lot of those things, though, what happens if a body never turns up? They could theoretically just have gone AWOL, right?
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just moved to another country, just bounced.
Yeah. Not likely in most cases.
Right.
But it could definitely happen. And, that's where you get into that weird quandary when you try and take someone to court for that. It's like, beyond a reasonable doubt, and I go,
They could
Is it-
technically
is it
still be
not-
alive.
is it not reasonable to think this person just bounced?
Right.
Like, if there's not a preponderance of evidence there, I could look at it and be like, they might have just bounced.
Touche.
They might have just honestly moved to Costa Rica. We don't know.
They could. I mean,
So-
that's what supposedly happened with Carol Baskin. Wasn't the guy going to Costa Rica?
Was it Costa Rica?
I think it was Costa Rica,
Huh.
right? And he was taking his own plane there, and supposedly the plane just vanished.
Really?
I think that was what the story was.
I
Unless
never
I'm
watched-
making things up. You never watched it?
I never watched Tiger King. No.
Wow.
Nah.
It was a messed up documentary.
Not my bag.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I had a lot of time during quarantine.
You did have a lot of time.
Honestly, Tiger King caught the perfect wave. Like, it was a fucked up documentary, which made everyone want to talk about like how wild it was. But
Yeah.
it also came out immediately, like after the stay-at-home orders got put in place.
It was
So it was
perfect.
perfect timing. It's like, here's this weird ass documentary, and no one can leave the house. Everyone go on Netflix and watch it
Yeah, it was weird because that's all anyone would talk about. It was like
for weeks. Yeah.
it was like, back in the 90s when you actually had water cooler conversations about a show because not
Right.
everyone had cable and 30 million people are watching one show. Like, holy shit, you see what happened on Friends last night?
Right. Is that why Friends was so? I think Friends kind of sucked. Did you like Friends?
I
thought it was that great.
I never thought it was that great.
No, me neither.
I've seen a couple of reruns where I've kind of been like, hey, Friends wasn't that bad.
Right.
But no, I mean, I loved Seinfeld,
Yep.
but I was never really super into Friends. I never really liked Frasier.
Yep. I've never seen any of that.
No,
Frasier. I don't even,
no,
I'm
not
even
for me,
familiar
not
with
for
it.
me.
Right.
But yeah, that's what it used to be, man. Particularly before cable really took over. Yeah, everyone would watch one of like 5 shows, and that's all people would talk about.
Right. So back in the day, it was like you had channel 4, 5, 7, whatever. So whatever played at like 8:00 on Thursday night, everyone was watching it, right?
Pretty much, like when that TV show MASH ended,
Yep.
which I think ended in like 1983 or something.
Yeah.
I think it's still one of the top watch programs of all time.
Yeah, it still
and that
plays.
show sucked.
Yeah. I've never gotten into it. I've watched it randomly just because I've heard so much about it.
Yeah.
And it plays constantly on like random channels.
Yeah, like 2:30 in the morning. You're
Yeah.
like, here's an episode of MASH.
Right.
What's Klinger gonna get up to this? I don't even know the names.
Yeah.
But that show sucked. I never found it interesting or funny. Maybe it was interesting to people in 1976.
Right.
I don't know.
There was nothing else to watch then. So you only had a small pool of things to even like go from.
Yeah.
I mean, now you have a million things. There's
yeah.
YouTube TV, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, even if there's not TV, look what we have. We're doing our own thing here. So it's basically a TV show in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything can be its own show.
Essentially, that's what the new media landscape looks like, and it causes problems because everything's so fractured.
Right.
So it's hard to kind of keep your pulse on what everyone's into.
Right.
When Tiger King comes up, yeah, holy shit, so many people are into it, so many people are talking about it, but we have so few of those moments now.
Right.
Like Game of Thrones, the final season, everyone's like, holy shit, or the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones from like season 3 or 4.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it for
Did
a while.
You? Yeah.
And then it got pretty bad in the last 2 seasons.
I heard the last season, the last episode, everyone said it sucked.
Oh, Blue.
Yeah, a ton of people
it was
thought
awful.
it was awful. Yeah.
The big like culminating battle, which was I think 2 episodes before that, was atrocious.
Really?
They did some cool shit in it, but you couldn't see anything, so they lit it really dark.
Yeah.
And it was like the end of Sopranos. Did you watch Sopranos?
No.
Okay, so the last episode of The Sopranos, spoiler alert.
Yep.
You're left with this mystery of, did Tony get killed or did he not get killed?
Right.
Because the screen just goes black. And everyone in America was watching that show, and they're like, what the fuck's wrong with my TV?
Right.
Oh my God, what happened? That's just how they did it.
And then it just ends?
Yeah, they're playing. They're in a diner.
Yep.
And it's him, his wife, his son, his daughter Meadows coming into the restaurant. You hear the bell over the door.
Right.
And you can hear Don't Stop Believing by Journey playing in the background. And then all of a sudden it just goes black.
And that's it?
And it just shuts off. And then like 30 seconds goes by and then the credits roll. And everyone's like, what the hell happened?
So what would make you think he got killed there?
Because they had a conversation like 2 episodes before that.
Yeah.
Where him and Bobby are talking about how, what do you think happens when you die? And Bobby goes, I bet it just goes black.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
okay.
And it's done.
Yeah.
And I think actually even David Chase, who I believe is the one creator of the show, actually ended up coming out recently and saying, yeah, he was killed.
He was killed, really?
Yeah.
Oh, but he could have said anything, right? Because it just ended.
Yeah, he could have said,
He could've-
he whipped it out and started jacking it at the table. That was the next scene.
If they let me go one more episode, that's what we would have had.
Yeah. You would have seen a mob boss pulling his pud.
What do you think happens when we do die?
That?
Do you have any thing? Do you think it goes black?
Yeah, I think it's just the lights shut out,
That's
man.
it?
Yeah.
Call it quits?
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't get hung up on it either.
Yeah,
Like,
touche.
I don't necessarily believe in heaven,
Right.
but it'd be pretty fucking awesome if heaven actually existed.
That would, right?
You know what I mean? And it was kind of tailor-made to everyone's idea of heaven would be.
Touche.
That'd
Wow,
be
I've never even
awesome.
thought about that.
But, I mean, I don't really believe in it.
Right.
But I don't really care.
You could go. You're a good guy, right? What would they turn you away for?
Nah, I am generally a pretty good... I've done some shitty things.
Right.
But I'm generally a pretty good person.
Right.
I'm nice to people for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have a good chance.
I'd have a chance.
You'd have a chance. Hopefully it exists. But then do you have to be super religious?
I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Sean Whitaker said, because you asked at the beginning of the episode, what to do for your 1-year anniversary here
Let's hear
at
it.
the Studio 21 Podcast
Hopefully
Cafe.
Sean Whitaker is going to come in person, I heard.
He said, I want Pat O'Leary jumping out of a cake for your 1-year anniversary.
Okay.
Pat
we're going to need to get a really big cake.
Pat responded by saying, Ben, you buy the cake, I'm jumping out.
Okay.
I don't know if I have that kind of money for that size cake.
Hey, you work a lot, man. We were just talking about how often you work.
That is true. That is true. I do work a lot.
That would be a pretty good cake. Ed loves cake, so we'd have somebody to eat it, right?
Sullivan?
Yeah.
Ed loves cake?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
6-month anniversary, I brought him a cake made by my mom.
Ah.
That was a big thing. That's what he wanted. He wanted a cake, and then after I gave him the cake, he retired the next day.
He wanted you to give him a cake for your anniversary?
Well, that's what he wanted me to bring. That's what he wanted us to do. He wanted cake.
And then he quit the next day?
I don't know. Soon thereafter, once he got the cake. Because that was February. If it was 6 months ago, right? And you started in February, so.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but no, seriously, he quit the next day.
He gave his notice.
He gave his notice. Yep, and then we've had you ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're like, I regret my life.
No. Let me say this. Have your numbers been any better? Have your numbers ever been better than they are with me?
They are the best they've ever been. We went on a really big tear when COVID first happened.
Yeah.
Like really big.
When you first got me?
Like really big. When we first got you, that's true.
right.
That was set off by Mike Magaletta. That's still the number one by like a landslide.
Is it?
Remember that one? It was with him right when COVID came out and we were talking about the Patriots right after Tom Brady left.
Yeah.
That one went over like 5,000 on Facebook.
Yeah.
Now it's back to normal. Now we're back to in like the 2,000 range.
That's still,
which is still
really good. It's
but
awesome.
his went through the roof, man. I remember that. I was like,
It was
holy
perfect
shit.
timing. And
It was.
That's why you have to title the episode that way to make sure people actually click on it and watch it. And, it was a good conversation.
And it was a combination. A lot of it's good timing too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
thanks for the memories, Tom Brady. Everyone's stuck in the house. Everyone's like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah.
Let me listen to these idiots.
Let me see what these morons are talking about.
Yeah. What do they have to say about Tom Brady leaving?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dennis chimed in and said, Connor's mom makes the best ice cream sandwiches.
She really does. My mom makes the best a lot of things. Ice cream sandwiches, cake, man. I won't even get into the food. I'm on a diet now, though. Now that I don't live with my mother anymore. So that's a good thing. I think
Is it really a diet?
Well, I just don't have anything to eat. I don't know how to cook.
So it's laziness more
Yeah,
than it
it's
is
laziness.
a diet.
There's a lack of calories, Ben, all right?
All
lack
right.
of calories.
All right.
There's less going in than going out now.
Well, hold on. Your mom only lives a couple miles away from you, right?
Yeah, that's true. Probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah. You can go have a nice home-cooked dinner.
I could. I work a lot of hours. I'm there till at least 7 every night.
That is true.
That is, you know what I mean? So by the time I get out of there, I get home, it's like 7:30.
Yeah.
It's
So
long
by the time
days.
you get out of there,
Yep.
get home,
Yep.
it's already 7:30.
Right.
You know you're going to want to do something to get your mind right.
Touche.
You're probably going to watch some porn.
And
then
I'm off that.
And then you're going to wait, what?
Why, you a big porn guy?
I'm not a big
I
porn
heard
guy.
I heard it's bad for you. I read that in the past.
So
like,
you stopped
recently.
watching porn?
Yeah, because I read it's bad for your brain.
So
And I heard that on Bill Burr's podcast. He confirmed that.
So you're watching, or you're like reading.
No, I don't have any reading. I read books, actually, very surprisingly.
Get
I
the
read a lot
fuck
of
out
books.
of here.
I swear to God.
What book are you reading right now?
I'm not reading any book right now, but I'm open to suggestions. But I can show you a picture, man. I've read probably in the past couple of years close to 100 books.
Wow.
I read all the time because I'm bored.
Okay, let me give you a book then.
I will really buy it and
I'll
read
give you a
it.
book suggestion.
I'll read more books than you say random movies because I probably won't watch the movie. I'll probably actually read the book.
It's interesting. You're an anomaly.
I know.
Ernest Hemingway.
Okay, I might have already read it. I'm very familiar with him.
Shorter. This isn't one of his longer tomes.
Yep. He wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, right?
No.
Who wrote that down?
Um,
Ernest Hemingway. He wrote like books we read in school.
yes. For Whom the Bell Tolls, Sun Also Rises. But the book I was going to suggest was The Old Man and the Sea,
Okay, I've
which you
never
might
heard
have
of
read
it.
in high school.
But the books that they had us read in high school, I usually didn't actually read. I just read like 2 years ago To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm sure that I was supposed to read that in high school and just never did.
Harper Lee. I couldn't find her name. I couldn't think of her name.
Harper Lee?
wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you said the old man, right? The old man, what?
The Old Man and the Sea.
The Old Man and the Sea.
Yeah. It's a good story.
All right.
It's short.
All right.
Not too many big words for you, Connor.
I don't like the big words.
I
That's what
know.
throws me off. Then I got to look them up on Google, and then it takes me forever. I got to get a thing that you put in the chapter. What are those things?
It's called a bookmark.
Bookmark, yeah.
I fucking love you, man. I love you so much. You're the best.
A bookmark, whatever it is, right?
Ray Route chimes in, says, Connor reads books?
Oh, speaking of Ray, we are posting this as well on Sportscast. I was going to do it in the beginning. Same thing always happens with him and I on the same show. We're on every Tuesday night, DPN commentary on Sportscaster, 9 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday every week. They're putting it on there tonight. I don't know if it's live. I think I saw on the tweet it was 9 p.m. if he wants to chime in. And I have a question from Ray. I told you that before. That I was
You didn't tell me what the question was.
I didn't tell you what the question was because I want
question.
the surprise factor on the air.
All right,
I don't want you to. I don't want you to have time to think of it. He wants to know how we can get on the radio, WEI, syndicated radio, anything. What steps do we need to take? I know you say the radio's dying, but it's still alive, right?
It's on life support.
It's on life support.
Yeah. Basically, what you want to do is you're going to want program directors to actually see your content, so you send them links.
All right.
What you'd really do is put together a demo reel.
Oh, right. You told me that before because they're not going to listen to a half-hour show. They just don't have time, right?
No, they don't have time, nor do they want to do that.
Right.
Typically, when you're doing a demo reel, you're doing 3 minutes.
Right.
And if I'm the executive producer or program director, I'm going to know within the first minute and a half whether or not
you have any interest.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, but in the new day and age, just because you guys have shows, just send them links to your shows, maybe cut up a couple of pieces and put it onto a small MP3 and send it out. That's how you would start doing it, and just start spamming everywhere and see who takes a bite. That's what you want to do.
Right.
Is just send it out to as many radio stations as possible, because 99 out of 100 won't even respond.
Right, that is true. I did this before.
One might say, hey, I like what you guys are doing.
Right.
Join us in Topeka, Kansas.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Would we have to move out there?
Today?
Yeah.
These days?
No, you wouldn't, right? You can go on the radio from anywhere.
You'd want to ideally be in the marketplace you're on.
That's true, because you can they go to a lot of events. Anyone who's big, right?
Yeah, not as much anymore.
No.
It doesn't work quite that way anymore.
Yeah.
It used to, but that doesn't happen so much. Especially now with COVID, it doesn't happen at all.
Actually, that's true. When's
but
the last
think about
time anyone went anywhere like that?
Here in Boston, Maddie in the Morning, Kiss 108, I don't think he's been in studio for months. I think he's been at his house doing his show from. I know he lives in. He has a house in Florida. I forget where.
Does he?
In Florida, yeah.
Oh, so he could just be calling in from Florida?
Yeah, you just have an ISDN line. Boom.
Actually,
Sounds
you were on the show with him. Did he always show up right before he got in the air?
No
comment?
No. He would. No.
No.
I'll comment. I'll tell you the stories, but. There was plenty of times where he was not there when the show started.
Right. That's what I had heard. And then I heard someone say that, like, he would just show up, like, 5 minutes before, and then, like, Billy and everyone else would have been there for, like, hours.
Well, Billy would be there for a long time before the show because he has to write his entertainment reports and just figure out what the hell's going on.
Right.
And he starts the show with the entertainment report, and then the first segment's with Matt at, like, 6:05, 6:06, 6:07, whatever it is. But there was plenty of times when Matt would be doing the opening segment of the show, but from his car.
Yeah.
Because he's on the Mass Pike trying to get up to Medford. There was a couple of times I remember where show starts, we call him, and he hasn't even left his house yet.
Yeah.
And his wife's answering, he's like, he's taking a piss and brushing his teeth right now, so he'll call you back in a minute.
What, he would just be that far behind?
Sometimes.
Really?
Dude, it was hard getting in those mornings, man.
Yeah.
God bless those guys that do it every day for 35. He's done it almost every day for 40 years.
Because that's so early. What time did you wake up to do it?
3:30, depending on where I lived.
Oh, my God. So what time did you go to bed?
8:30.
8? Oh, my goodness.
Dude, I used to miss. I'll tell you this one. When the Bruins won the Stanley Cup Finals,
Yep.
I couldn't stay awake. I fell asleep in the beginning of the third period.
Really?
Yeah, I was just out. And I was with my girl at the time, and she was like, I couldn't wake you up.
Really?
Like, I wanted you to see it, and I couldn't wake you up.
Are you a big Bruins fan?
No, I'm not a huge hockey. I like the Bruins. I
Yep.
like hockey, but I'm not a huge hockey fan.
Did you watch them today?
Third or fourth on my list. No, I was here all day, so I'm watching
Touche.
the ESPN Gamecast the whole time.
That's
like,
what I have to do at work.
1-0 Bruins. Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone here's like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, 1-1, son of a bitch.
It's so hard to watch it must be impossible to watch the Gamecast on hockey. What is it? What's the updates?
Well, it's like
Unless it's like a goal.
Grizzly shoots and misses.
Yeah, that's it.
You wait 5 minutes and like, Aho got the puck stolen from him in the zone, and you're like, okay.
Because at least on like football, you can see the play like a play-by-play, and then I mean that's all.
Baseball's
it gives you.
pitch by pitch.
Baseball pitch by pitch. Baseball is not bad. I watch the baseball sometimes when I'm at my house.
What?
I'm not going to say I was at work, all right, Ben?
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought you were watching Gamecasts instead of watching the game.
I've watched a million Gamecasts on when I used to have to work Sunday for football. That's all I could watch, yeah.
I've always refused to work on Sundays.
That's what I'm going to try. That's what I try and do. That's my goal going forward in life, is to never work a Sunday, especially in football. I mean, like, middle of March, I don't care as much. But, like, a Sunday in football, there's only 17 of them. I'm not trying to waste one working.
Yeah, I remember one time, years and years ago, I was in high school and I was working at Kohl's.
Yep.
You know, that shitty department store?
Hey, they got some good deals there, man.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Okay, go on.
I remember I worked one Sunday and I missed the Patriots Chiefs game. This is like literally like 2003 or something like that.
Yep.
And I was like, screw that. I'm never missing another game. Because I hadn't missed a game from 1993 to 2003. And since I missed that Patriots Chiefs game, I've never missed another game.
You've never missed one?
No.
I probably haven't either.
No.
And some in like some capacity.
Yeah, when I do have to work on, like when I do have to figure out a schedule on a Sunday to work.
Yeah.
I'm always making sure I'm done by noon,
right,
so I can get home for the game.
Right.
Always.
Absolutely.
And if it's a London game, sorry, I'm not working this
Yeah.
Sunday. Fuck you. Do your own show.
Aren't they? Are they? No one's playing in London this year, obviously, right?
No.
So we got rid of that because the Patriots are probably due to play in London again. I would imagine.
Probably.
It's been a little while.
They're a popular team over there.
Yep.
As the sport has grown in popularity in London, it hasn't hurt that the Patriots have been successful because, you know,
right,
bandwagon jumpers. And
right.
if you're, it's like a lot of soccer fans in the States. If they're fans of the Premier League, they pick the best teams.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, if I'm going to jump on and start watching, I'm going to choose a team that can contend.
So they root for John Henry's team. It's not Manchester United. It's
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, they don't like John Henry that much.
No?
Nah.
The Red Sox fans don't really like him either.
Red Sox fans hate him more, and I
hate him too?
No,
you like him.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him personally.
Right.
Very good to me. But I don't have much of a problem with him or some of the decisions he's made. I just think it's silly because I look at it and go, hey, 4 championships.
Right.
Remember how we would sit there and cry ourselves to sleep because 86 years?
86 years, yeah.
It's like, hey, there's been 4 since this guy bought the team.
4 in 16 years.
Yeah,
2004 to now.
I don't care about the renaming of, Yawkey Way. Like,
right.
Get over yourselves, you losers.
yes.
It's named after some rich guy who was a piece of shit in
right.
the 50s. Like, fuck off. Why do you care whether that name has changed?
And they changed it to David Ortiz, didn't they?
Something. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a street.
Yeah, it's a street. Exactly.
I don't care what it's called.
I agree with you completely.
Call it Genghis Khan Way.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes.
And I never understood why people actually got mad about that. It was the stupidest thing.
People get up in arms over the smallest, stupidest things.
Because people are stupid.
They're not mad at that. They're just mad in life. And it's like after that happens, there's something that they'll move right on to. They'll be mad about something next week again.
Yeah.
It'll be replaced. It's always something to be outraged over.
There are people who wake up every morning
yep.
as if someone pissed in their Cheerios.
Right.
And you can't help those people. You can't reason with them.
Yep.
There's no point in even talking to them because they're not interested.
I agree. I yes people to death sometimes.
I do too.
Yeah.
Or I'll fake like I'm agreeing with them just
yep.
to get them to shut the fuck up and move on because I don't want to have the conversation with you.
Well, this has to be tough for you when you're on a million shows, including mine right now.
I don't have a problem with you. I like you.
all right. We're on a good start.
No, there's I like all the hosts for the most part.
Do you? Yeah.
The one I didn't like is gone.
That's good.
So that's fine by me.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That's fine by me. I don't care about that.
Because it's like you don't get to choose who comes up here.
No.
And you talk on most shows, right?
I talk on some shows are having me talk a little bit more.
Yep.
She's like, "Oh, you have a good radio voice." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, I've been doing this for 15 years." Yeah, some of them I don't talk on at all, which I'd prefer.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, but there's occasions where you can.
It's
As someone
so
who's been
weird
doing
'cause
this a
you're
long
right
time,
here. It's
I am
like-
right here, and I know how to fill space.
Right.
On a show. That's what you kind of have to do. And if I'm sensing that my host is kind of struggling to figure out how to get to the next topic or what the next topic might even be, I feel like I'm compelled to talk
Right.
and help them and maybe give them an anecdote that can help them get to that next segment or
That's why we
ask
need
them a
you, Ben.
question to get to that next segment
Yep.
because that's what I've been trained to do. And when I have a host that's kind of like hemming and hawing about where to go, or I can see in their eyes they're lost,
Right.
I got to help.
Right.
I have to.
That's why I need you. You're my lifeline here.
I am your lifeline.
You're the co-host.
If
at
you
this
ever
point,
go
too.
on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
Yep.
I better be your fucking lifeline.
You seriously would be if I had to call somebody.
Yeah.
I'd probably call you at like a $200 question though. Be like, Ben, who starred in Batman in 2003? And in the beginning they give them the
Yeah,
gimmies.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
But it was
I wouldn't get
2005.
that. Yeah.
I could give you all the Batmans, baby.
That's why I would need you, man. Have you ever seen anyone get the first question wrong at like $100?
I'm sure I have.
It has to have happened.
My
right?
favorite Who Wants to Be a Millionaire moment ever was when they did the celebrity edition
Yep.
and Norm Macdonald finally gets on. And Norm Macdonald's an incredibly smart man.
Right.
He really is. He likes to play the fool, but he's a very well-read, very intelligent man. And he's crushing it. And he's at the final question.
$1 million?
He's at the $1 million.
No way.
And he's hemming and hawing, and it's one of those ones where I look at it and go, "Come on, dude! I know you know. I know this, so I know you know this."
Right. You knew the answer to the $1 million question?
It was the celebrity edition, so it's a little bit easier.
Oh, okay.
And Regis is presenting it to him like, "If you say that, you're going to get it wrong."
Yeah.
Because Regis is just being Regis.
Right.
He's dead.
R.I.P.
Yeah, whatever. Rest. I don't care if it's a
Rest.
piece or not. And Norman ended up going, I'm not going to answer. I'll take the $500,000.
Oh, really?
And he would have been right.
Really?
But I remember the first time the first person that won on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire won the $1 million.
Yep.
He gets to the last question, and he has a lifeline left. He has the phone or lifeline left.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, I'm going to call my dad. Gets his dad on the phone. He's talking to him for a second, and he goes, "Dad, I just wanted to let you know I'm about to win $1 million."
Right. I saw this
and
on
then
Twitter.
answers the question. Boom,
Yeah, recently.
nails it. It was
Yep.
fantastic. That was a great moment.
That was great. It was.
Yeah. It would have been better if he got it wrong.
Yes, it would have been. Oh, my
But-
God. Imagine, he called with that much confidence. And at that point, I saw it the other day on Twitter. He still had like the 50-50. He could have at least used that to make sure he
Yeah.
was right. But I don't know, he was just right. That
Sometimes
guy
you
got
just
every
know.
answer.
Like sometimes
true.
other people think it's hard, but you're like, "Oh, this is easy. I know it." But the things you're into might have led you to knowing that, whereas other people aren't into that. type of
Right.
thing, you know what I'm saying? Pat O'Leary says Ben helps Connor. Ed wanted
Thank
Connor
you.
to cry.
that made for good content too, though.
Dennis, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, or if that's even his last name that's in this.
What does it say?
TNUH.
TNUH. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know how to pronounce that. TNUH. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Dennis says, "Why doesn't Connor have hot chicks on the show?"
I
And
have.
I would like to
have
ask that
before.
Who's the?
I had Brittany Baldessari on.
She's the one from the challenge.
From the challenge, yeah.
Yeah, we need to
was a
get her
long
back in because
that
I'm
was-
super into the challenge.
Where are you?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Really? So you must have seen her. She was on twice. The
I
challenge.
probably did.
Right.
The
There's
name
been so many, right?
does. Oh god, it's twice a year.
It's twice a year, and
Yeah,
they've been
for
doing it for how
years.
long?
Since like 2003.
Oh, so they're
2004?
on like episode 72 or something.
season 72.
Season 72.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
And
episodes.
CT's been on 80 of them.
Dennis that's your old boss, Dennis.
Oh, you're butchering the last name then.
I am.
You
I
said
didn't. even
You said TUNT?
No, I said TNUH.
TNUH. It must be mixed up on Facebook then.
Oh, okay.
You must be doing something backwards.
I'm not doing it. Maybe you put it in there. I don't know.
All right.
I don't care. Yeah, have her back on.
I'll see what I can do.
I
she's
chat her. Big Brother's back on. She can talk about Big Brother.
okay. She went on another reality show that Gronkowski was on, but she's going out with some guy who's on like the Blue Jays. So I think she lives wherever they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's she going out with? Bo Bichette?
Nah, I don't know. No, it's not Bo Bichette. It's like a relief pitcher or somebody.
Oh, some scrub.
I don't know. I mean, he's got to be good. He's playing, right? Must be making a fortune.
He's doing better than we are.
Absolutely. All I know is whatever the league minimum is, it's a lot of money. Even in half of a season, it's a lot of money.
I don't know what the league minimum is anymore.
I feel like it's close to $500,000 a year.
I want to say 350.
No,
Nope,
way more.
yeah.
Way more.
$563,500.
$563,000, and then I'm pretty sure because I think I looked it up once. So you know when the guys get called up from the minor leagues,
Yeah.
they have to take the league minimum and divide it by how much it would be per game, and then pay them for each game. So when you do the math, it ends up being like $3,700 a game.
Wow.
So if they come up for like 14 games, it ends up being like $50,000 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they will come up and play for 2 weeks or play. Most of them don't even get in the game. And then they'll make like 50 G's in like 2 weeks. Then they got to go back down and start making $50 a week or whatever the heck they get in the minor leagues.
Pat O'Leary said, Ben seems pretty jealous. You're a married man. Get over it. No, I'm not. I'm not jealous of him. I don't even know what she looks like off the top of my head. I'm jealous of the fact that she was on the challenge.
Touche.
And if there's ever an open casting call for the challenge.
You want to get on it?
Hell yeah.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I don't
Because
know anyone
I'd
at
be-
MTV, but
I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. Those guys are Smurfs.
touche.
With the exception of a couple of them.
I thought you had to be like Jack to be on that show. I haven't watched in decades.
Yeah, but they're tiny.
All right.
Like the biggest one there, who I thought was like 6'4", CT, the one that would kick everyone's ass. He's from Boston.
Yeah, he's from this area.
He's the same size as me.
Is he?
Well, he's a little bit bigger, a little
Yeah.
heavier, but same. He's 6'1", and he looks like a giant on that show. And I'm
He
like,
does.
yeah, I'd be fine.
They also make him out to be a beast. Although he is a
He is-
beast.
he is a beast.
Right?
I wouldn't fuck with him.
I saw that one challenge where I didn't even watch the show, but they showed it on like Facebook or whatever. They always play it, where he picks the other guy up and walks him to the
that's-
other thing.
it's him
and throws
versus-
him through the thing.
It's him versus Johnny Bananas.
Yes.
And what they're doing is they're strapped to each other's back,
Yes. Yep.
essentially, back to back,
Right.
strapped in, and they have to kind of like get. It's basically like a quasi tug of war. Essentially, you have to get to the other side.
Right.
And CT just
Like
arches his back over,
like
lifts that
lifts
little
him
fucker on his back,
Yeah.
like he's got a baby Bjorn, and he just walks him over. And I'm just like, yeah, that other guy's tiny.
Yes. It was like
The other guy's like 5'8".
Is he?
He's got to be if CT's only 6'1".
That's true. That's true. 6'1's pretty big though. I wish I was 6'1.
Yeah, well, I knew you wish you were a little bit taller.
Yeah. No, we all. I wish I was.
Wish you were a baller.
Yeah. What's
Wish you
that
were a
song?
shot caller.
I wish I was taller. I wish I was a ball. I wish I was a lot of things, man. But I am a podcast host. Ben, do you have anything to add? We're 37 minutes in. 2 weeks till the 1 year anniversary. Type in whatever you want. I know Pat O'Leary might jump out of a cake.
That'll be fantastic.
We're going to have to work on that. We're going to have to see if that's feasible. See if we have enough space here. I don't know. We'll get a measuring tape. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Pat, we're gonna need your measurements.
Yes.
Please send us your measurements so we can actually get the cake, sized correctly.
That's right. Also, don't forget to watch me and Ray every Tuesday and Thursday night on Sportscaster at 9 p.m. Also, it's going to be on there tonight at 9 p.m. So check us out on Sportscaster every Tuesday and Thursday. See you then.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.